Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. And boy, that's a tough act to follow, isn't it? These guys are great. But anyway, what I wanted to really talk to you about today is there's so much going on. Just to kind of give you a recap of what tonight is, the different fundraising efforts that are going on around the county. We've had over 1,200 homes that have been impacted. So we're talking about 1,200 families that have lost almost all of them everything. Just to give you an idea, we have about, I think the highest so far has been 6 feet in their house. So if you can imagine on a Monday morning waking up to, this level of water and the panic and the anxiety, the fear that comes along with that. And so on that day, we had at one point over 100 people that had called 911 to be rescued. And given the resources that the fire department had, they were just overwhelmed with all of this, all the need to rescue and evacuate people because this hit us so hard and not the way we were expecting. So guess what happened? We had volunteers show up, and we had tractors, big front end loaders, different businesses that showed up. We also had people in boats, like just volunteers show up with their boats. To give you an idea, some of these tractors, I'm 6 feet tall. A lot of those wheels are about 6 feet tall. Give you an idea, some of those tractors were going through 6 feet of water with an amazing amount of water flow. And there was even some places that these volunteer people from the community couldn't even get to. And so that just gives you an idea of the damage and devastation that hit these families. And remember, 1,200 families. So fundraisers like this, it's not just about the money, it's also emotional support. Here in Whatcom County, I've seen the best and the worst in people, and we've seen so much of the best, people stepping up to the plate. And what I like is, I know I'm a politician, right? I'm not gonna talk politics, but what we weren't asking people? What do you believe religiously? What do you believe politically? What do you believe on a moral basis? It didn't matter at that point. I have I have strong convictions, but when we need people and volunteers to come together, we're not asking those questions. We're asking, how can we come together to help you? Values matter, what you believe matters, but when you get people with a common goal to come around and help each other, that's where we shine. So that's been encouraging that we've seen. And so I'll just echo, Whatcom Strong is a great place to go. There's a link there for the Whatcom Community Foundation, and that passes through to local churches in the different small cities like Sumas, Everson, Nooksack, a lot of the ones that really got hit hard. And that money just gets funneled right out to people. So what we're doing, these amazing bands, these venues that are doing these fundraisers, people really need not just the monetary support, but also the emotional support because of everything that they've gone through. So just to encourage you again, Whatcom Community Foundation, but the best link to go to is Whatcom Strong. And just imagine if each one of us did $20, How about everybody in Whatcom County putting in $20? Imagine the amount of help we can give to these people. And I've seen it firsthand. I'm very hands-on as a mayor, and so I was in there doing sandbags, I was rescuing people, I was actively involved. That's not to make me look good, because there was hundreds upon hundreds of volunteers that did it as well. I signed up to do what's best for the people in my area, but a lot of them, they heard there was a need and they showed up. And so anyway, I just want to encourage you and thank you for everybody that's doing all this. Really appreciate all your efforts, and what we do makes a difference. If we can, like we have in this event, and I better go. That's a problem. You give a politician a microphone, right? I just keep talking. But what I want to leave you with is, if we can band together during the worst of times, why can't we do that in the best of times as well, right? Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for having me. And it's a great privilege to talk to you today. So thank you very much.